Yes, today we are going to solve an interview question which is mostly asked in I guess all of the interviews. Okay, it's a basic question, but a lot of people make mistakes over here as well. Okay, so the question is very simple. We have two tables, table A and table B over here. Here has one column which I have given the name IDA, and similarly table B has IDB column. Now the interviewer want to know the number of rows that it will generate after joining these two tables on these two columns, right? With different kinds of join. Okay, so they want to know like how many number of rows are going to be created in inner join, left join, right join, full outer join, and let's say maybe cross join as well, right? So to solve this, first of all we need to understand how joins work, right? So I will just give you a simple understanding of it and how you can work around with this. So let's first start with the inner join. Okay, so what inner join is basically? Inner join is basically the simply the, you can say, intersection. So whatever common values we are getting, it will join. Okay, intersection values, to be very easy, right? So in this case, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to join each value in table A to each value with table B. Okay, so I'm starting with this one value. Now this one value, you can see, you cannot find, one is not going to join with 2 because these two are not same. Okay, one is not going to join with 3. Similarly, this is not going to join with 5 as well. So one is not going to join with any of these, right? Because you can see in table B there is no one present at all, right? Now in case of 2, 2 is going to join with this 2 and give an output. 2 is not going to join with this 3. 2 is going similarly not this 3. Similarly, this 2 is not going to join with this 3 as well. Similarly over here and similarly over here, right? So this 2 will give a single output matching with this 2. Cool. Now what will happen is I will go to this 2 as well. Similarly, this 2 will also show same kind of an output, right? So this is how inner join works basically. It will only give values for the intersection, or you can say the common set of values present in both the tables. Okay, so if I'm joining two tables with a common key, I'm joining two tables with a key, right? If they have both the similar values, it will join in the inner join case, right? So if I talk about 3, if I join 3 with 2, it will not join. If I join 3 with 3, it will join. If I join this 3 with this 3, it will obviously join, and similarly with this 3. So over here 3 will give 3 rows over here, right? Similarly for 4 is not going to join with 2, not with 3, not with 3, not with 3, but 4 obviously it is going to join, and similarly over here with 5 it's not going to join. And now if I talk about 5 over here, because it is an extra value of 5, it will try to find 5 over here in table A. But you can see similarly 5 is not going to join with 1, 2, 3 or 4 at least, right? So 5 will not give any output. So if I have to write the output for inner join, how can I write it? For 1, because it is going to show the intersection, so the value should be present in both the tables. So for 1 there is no one present in the table B, so there is no output for 1 value. For 2, it is going to pick the 2 from the left table and for the 2 in the right table. Similarly for this 2 as well, it is going to join with this 2 over here. Similarly, okay, the 2 part is empty. I already told you this 2 is going to give one output and this 2 is going to give one output. Now for this 3 over here, right? For this 3 over here, it is going to give me 3. It is going to give me 3 over here, matching with this 3, matching with this 3, and matching with this 3. So the output is going to look like this. Okay. Similarly for 4, it is going to join with only 4 over here. So it is going to give me an output like this. For 5 is not present over there, so the inner join will not work over here. So everything that is going to join, every common value that is present in both the tables are going to be shown in the inner join. Okay, I hope it was easy. So the number of rows we are getting is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. We are getting over here is let's say 6 rows, right? 6 rows over here. Cool. Now for the left join is going to be very easy. To make it more easier, it is simply inner join plus whatever is left in the left table. Okay, so when I'm telling you, this is basically whatever is basically the output of the inner join, you can say, or you can, to be very to make it very easy, whatever the common keys are here and there, right? So these are the common keys 2 3 4, right? Now whatever has left, whatever is basically unjoined, right, in the inner join, so that is basically 1 over here. 2 3 and 4 got their keys and basically have a join, but 1 is left over here. So I'm just saying ki inner join, so I'm just writing an output of an inner join. Let's say I'm writing it over here, inner join plus whatever is left in the left table. So now whatever is left is basically, whatever is left basically means is left unjoined. Okay, let me just write it again. Is left unjoined in the left table. Okay, cool. So now 1 is only left unjoined, so 1 is going to come here, and for 1 obviously there is no key present in the table B, so a null value will appear over here. So the output will look like inner join plus whatever left, whatever key, basically whatever value is left unjoined in the left table is going to come over here. Got it? So over here the number of rows are basically 6 plus 1. Cool. So it is going to be 7 rows in the left join. Now if I talk about, let me just do it. Cool. So now if I talk about the right join is very similar to the left join, simply stating inner join plus whatever is left unjoined in the right table. Cool. So inner join, obviously these four are going to be joined the similar way in the inner join. So I'm just copying this output up, and now whatever is left in the right table. Okay, so in the right table 5 values only left. Okay, so a 5 is going to come over here with a null value because there is no value you can find out in the table A for this 5 value. Cool. Similarly, you can count the number of rows over here is basically 7 rows, right? Let me just write it, 7 rows, maybe write it over here. Now let me talk about the full outer join. Okay, so full outer join is basically it's also very easy. So full outer join is basically whatever is left unjoined in the, let's say, the left table, plus similarly whatever is left unjoined in the right table is going to be my full outer join. Okay, so you can see over here, this is the inner join plus whatever left unjoined. So basically 1 was left unjoined in the left table. So you can simply either copy this output. Okay, so this was left. Okay, inner join plus left join ka unjoined wala part and right join ka unjoined wala part. So I can just simply copy this and this for my full outer join. This is going to be my full outer join. The order doesn't matter over here, you can write it anywhere, nothing matters like this, but this is going to be my full outer join in this case. Okay, to show you guys up, let me quickly show you over here. Okay, so I have already created 2 tables similar to these. Let me just show you the table as well. This is my table A right now. You can see the values 1 2 2 3 4. Is it similar? 1 2 2 3 4. Cool. Let's see the table B as well. Let's see the table B, and let me quickly write a inner join. Created. Okay, my bad. What has happened? Okay. Yeah, this is table B 2 3 3 4 5 2 3 3 4 5. So I have created a similar kind of table over here there, so I can make you understand the concepts. So let me just quickly write a first of all an inner join, right? So what I'm going to do is select star from table A. This is going to be a left table. Whenever I'm joining, I'm giving a alias name over here, and I'm going to join a inner join on inner join table B basically on basically A dot we have the column id a over here, and we have the column, let me just write it, id b over here. So if I join these two tables, let's see what the output is going to be. B dot, okay, I have not given the name as b over here. Cool, now I can write it. So just a second. So can you see the output over here? This is 2 times 2 coming in, 3 times 3 coming in, and 1 times 4. This is my whole output over here, right? So this is how inner join is going to work. Now if I have to similarly write a left join, I am going to simply write a left join over here, which is going to be very easy. Cool. Similarly doing a left join, let me just do this, left join is similar. These are going to be 7 outputs, right? 1 comma null, the extra output, and the 2 2s, 3 3s, 4 4s, the inner join, plus 1 comma null. Similar output we got over here: 1 comma null, 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4, 1 times 4 combinations, right? Cool. Similarly, if I just do a left right join over here, okay, so I'm just doing right join over here only. Okay, let's see if we get the similar kind of an output that we are expecting. Okay, inner join, first of all the inner join plus whatever is left unjoined in the right table. So that was the 5 value, if you remember, right? 5 value was the unjoined. So this similar kind of output we get over here and there. Now let's quickly do a full outer join. Let me see if this works. Is this working over here? Cool. So in the full outer join is 1 comma null, 5 comma null, right? Inner join plus whatever left unjoined in the left table, whatever left unjoined in the right table. This is going to be my full outer join over here. This is the inner join plus whatever left in the left table, whatever left in the right table. So this is my full outer join over here. Okay, so this is how we basically do joins, and this is the join concept. Now to make it a little bit interesting over here, let me just try to add a null value. Okay, so if I'm adding a null value over here, okay, so if you can think of, inner join is going to be the same because null is also not getting any null value over here. So the inner join is going to be the same, right? Because we are going to join the intersection, the keys that we are getting from both the tables, right? So the inner join is going to be the same. Because of this null value, nothing is going to change. For the left join, right? So inner join plus whatever left, now 1 and a extra null is also left in the left table. So for this null is also going to come in the left join, plus obviously this null is not going to find any value, so a null value should come over here. Let me test this hypothesis first, then let me just test this, if whatever I'm saying is correct or not. So for this, let me add a, okay, so I have already written, I'm just going to run this part. Okay, let me just run this part over here. Table A, let's insert a null. Cool, we have inserted a null over here, and let's try to do a left join. Now let's try to see, let me just comment it out so that it doesn't get inserted 2 times. Let's try to run this. Okay, so you can see 1 comma null and null comma null have appeared. So let me just first do the, okay, you got it right. In the inner join, nothing is going to change from this. Inner join will not going to change from this. Inner join is going to remain the same, whatever we are getting earlier. So see this, 2 2s, 3 3s, and 1 times 4, right? Left join has changed because whatever the inner join plus whatever extra is coming, whatever is basically left unjoined in the left table. So 1 comma null, so this 1 and this null has become unjoined in the left table. So these two are getting extra over here in the output. Okay, now tell me for the right join, right? Okay, so now you have to write an output. Okay, let me just try to write it. Okay, for the right join and the full outer join. Okay, so you write the output for the right join and the full outer join in the comments. Cool. Now I have to make it much more interesting and much more conceptual over here, because most of the times I also don't get stuck in this interview in this point of time. But when extra null is over here, I got confused, right, in the first time. So I don't want you guys to get confused in the interview. So let's solve this problem up. Okay, so for these values, the similar kind of thing is going to happen, inner join. Now there is an extra null over here, there is an extra null over here as well. Now obviously you can see a null can join and give a null output, right? So what I'm expecting is null and null should be over here, right? Common keys joining up, right? But in the concept of SQL, there is a thing that no two nulls are similar. Okay, so this null, assume this null as, you can assume this null as, let's say 1000, and maybe this null as 2000. So again you can say these two are not similar keys and these two are not going to join in an inner join case, right? No two nulls are similar over here. So this is the basic concept. So these two nulls are treated different values. Okay, so if these two are different values, what is going to be my inner join? My inner join is basically going to be, so if this is 1000 and this is 2000, these two are also not going to combine. So my inner join is going to be this only. My inner join remains the same if there is a null in both the tables in the inner join, right? Because this is, let's say 5, and not 5, this is, let's say 10, and this is, let's say, the null value. I'm just giving null value a value, let's say 10 or 11, right? So this is not going to match with anything, this is not going to match with anything in the table A, right? So these two are not going to match. So in the inner join, the null values are not going to come. But now in the left join, right, because there is nothing added new to the left table, and whatever the inner join plus anything that is left unjoined in the left table, that is already 1 and null, that is 1 and null, right? This is going to present over here. Let me just quickly write in the oracle as well, so that you guys can quickly understand. Let me just do a thing, insert into statement in this part as well, idb, and let me run this and comment it out for the sake. Cool. If I'm just inserting a null value in my table B as well. Okay, idb. Cool. Let's try to see. This, okay, my bad, table B. I make a lot of silly mistakes sometimes. Yep. Cool. This is ran. This is one row inserted. Let me just quickly check if the row is inserted or not. For this, I'm going to run this. Cool. Let's try to see. We have inserted a null value. Cool. We have inserted a null value, and all the things remain same. Got it. Now, if I want to do a inner join, let's try to do a inner join first of all. Let's see the output over here. How does inner join works? So I'm saying no. So I'm saying the output is going to be the same for inner join, and you can see the same. This is crazy. The output is same for both the things. Even if there is a null value in the table A, even if there is a null value in the table B, the output is going to be same, because no two nulls are similar, right? No two nulls are similar. They are very different value. You can assume anything, right? Now for the left join, whatever I'm saying is, left join के लिए the output is going to be the same for the left wala null. So I have already added null over here. So what I'm saying is inner join, this is going to work for 2, 3 and 4, and whatever is left in the left table, that is 1 and null. This null doesn't go anywhere. This null doesn't hamper our solution basically, right? So the solution would be something like this. Similar the inner join plus our one null output and the null output. Now what will going to change is the right join. Okay, so why it's going to change is basically you can see whatever is the inner join is intact over here, right? Plus whatever is left in the right table. Now there is a 5 unjoined left in the right table, right? So 5 common null is, I have already placed it in our previous solution, plus there is a extra null which is not going to join with this null because these two are different values. So a null value is going to come, and obviously there is a null value coming in, so I have not anything in the left table to join with, so there is a null going to come. This null is not a join. Okay, to be very clear, this is not joining, right? This null is coming because there is no value present for this null. Okay, so this null is basically 2000 and there is no 2000 present in the table A, so that's why there's a null coming, there's an extra null coming over here. Okay, don't assume that these are joining up. Cool. So let me just quickly do a right join and see if I'm saying it right or if I'm saying it wrong. Okay, can you see now the extra values that I'm talking about? Null comma null, 5 comma null. This is the same thing. Yep. Now for the full outer join, because we have written the left join now, right? We have written the right join now. Now to write the full outer join is going to be easy. I'm going to just copy the extra points from the left table and the extra points from the right table. I assume this is going to be my every null is different, right? Let me just not make it smaller big so that you can get confused, but yeah, this is so inner join plus whatever is left in the left table, so 1 comma null is going to be there, and whatever is left in the right table, so 5 and null. This null is not joining with this null, so 5 comma null should be there. Plus now there's a thing, okay, if I have missed this part, so I have taken extra points from this, I have taken this, but I have not taken this, so this should be also there. So there should be 2 nulls coming in, there is 5 comma null, and there should be 1 comma null as well coming in the full outer join. I hope you understand, because inner join plus whatever is left in the left table, that is 1 comma null, and plus whatever is left in the right table, this is 5 comma null. So this is 1 comma null and this is 5, sorry, this is 1 comma null, let's say, and this is 5 comma null over here. Okay, let me quickly run this in the Oracle. Full outer join. Quickly see this. Okay, so if I'm saying inner join is intact 2 3 4, 5 comma null, 1 comma null, you understand, there's 2 nulls part coming in, that is what I am going to say. 2 nulls coming in, right? 2 nulls coming in, 1 comma null, 5 comma null, plus the inner join is same this intact, right? So guys, this is about the joins. Okay, and just for the sake of interviews, let me just introduce quickly to a new join as well, known as the cross join. It is a very easy join. Cross join is very easy and it will help you. It is usually people ask around it, like this is very easy. So cross join is basically nothing but a Cartesian product. Cartesian product, you know, this is basically m cross n kind of a thing. What it means is number of rows present. So this one is going to join with every value, doesn't matter. This 2 is going to join with every value, this 2 is going to join with every value. So this is how Cartesian product works, right? So this null is going to join with every value. So the number of output in this case is going to be simply the number of rows in the table A multiply by number of rows in the table B, which is going to be, you can say, kitna just a second, which is equal to basically 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 comma 7, right? So 6 into 7 is going to be my number of rows. You can write the number of rows as, you can simply 1 comma 2 1 comma 3 1 comma 3 1 comma 3 1 comma 4 1 comma 5, similarly for everything, right? So this is how the Cartesian product works. I hope you like this, and if you like this, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye guys.